slow as a bitch. But after like maybe the fourth episode of just the first season, that shit go crazy.
Start kicking up,
and they parents is wild.
Because I
remember
right?
I finished the first season, but I didn't like how slow it started, so I got to go back and watch it again.
It'll distract you. They
like
that
I
was
was
the
definitely
first
putting
time,
that on while I was doing housework. It was like this is
that was the first time I kind of saw Marvel not so much drop the ball, but like make something that just wasn't like completely pleasing.
Yeah,
and that was like the first time.
I don't know. Iron Fist was it like it was on and off for me.
I don't like the Iron Fist debate because I liked the first season, but I just haven't watched the second season because it was so much backlash about the first season. But then I heard that people like the second season, so I was like,
I like the second season, but the first season, that's what I'm saying. It's hit or miss because it was the first. I watched it for a little bit
because that first season, I fucked with the first season.
I watched it because I knew what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
So it was hard to get through the first season, but I did it.
Can we so let's switch over to Luke Cage.
That's what. Happy Black History Month.
It is Black History Month. Yes.
So it actually in that same aspect. So can we talk about how black hero shows, the very few that we have, only have like small town villains and not like big time shit? Like Luke Cage was trying to be some nigga that was taking over like his town, and that was it. Like okay, so like,
but that's all Luke Cage cared about, though. He said that.
That's true.
All he cared about was Harlem. He just wanted to be Harlem's hero. He didn't give a fuck about the rest of the world.
Facts.
Didn't stay in the rest of the world.
Right.
The world stayed around Harlem.
Yeah, true. Now, did you watch Black Lightning?
Yes, I did.
So
shout out to Black Lightning.
Shout out Black Lightning.
Scooter from
now. Shout out Black Lightning
from Living Single.
From Living Single.
Yes.
Yep. Black Excellence.
So,
Happy
Black Lightning, I felt like his villain was small town. Like,
but okay, not to interrupt.
Tobias, the albino, he was snapping. But he was small time.
I didn't fuck with Black Lightning because we just got Luke Cage,
but that's why we got Black Lightning.
See, and I was like, I don't know.
I expected more from Black Lightning.
I'd rather
a lot more
because CW does not drop the ball.
They don't.
CW does not drop the ball. The Flash, Arrow, they grabbed Supergirl from Fox, and made that work. Like,
even though I wasn't as much of a fan of Supergirl, they did it well.
They did it well. CBS, that was my fault. Supergirl's on CBS. Correction.
That is.
I was waiting for you to realize it. That's why I'm saying that.
I don't want you just go let me run with it.
Of course.
Yeah, we don't have to be politically correct.
But let's get into some wrestling though.
All right.
You know the whole.
Ooh, it's the weekend of Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber. So before we start with the Elimination Chamber, what about what's going on with Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Ronda?
I love this storyline, but I hate Charlotte right now. Like,
y'all gonna have to put me on. What's going on?
I forgot John.
You don't know the man.
Hold on.
You don't know the man.
Before we continue, let me just set the record straight.
It's
not that I don't fuck with wrestling. I felt that I came into wrestling too late and I couldn't catch up. So I was like, I don't want to watch it because I don't know all these backstories.
But what about like
Booker
all
T
these?
still my nigga though.
What about the little kids though? They came into wrestling late.
That's true. That's very true.
And you're older than them, so you could probably catch on a little faster than them.
And the actual wrestling is actually pretty good. Like the maneuvers and shit, and the different finishing moves, like they way better than from like the classic, like the 80s and 90s and shit.
The three move matches.
Just the leg drop.
They still do cage matches.
Yeah.
Well, Hell in a Cell, they got the Elimination
that's
Chamber.
what I mean. Yeah, Hell in a Cell.
They don't really do like the actual cage match. They ain't done that in a while.
But they do them on like Raw shows.
Yeah, like they do. Like Raw and SmackDown. Yeah,
I remember niggas used to go crazy and pull the ladder from under the stage.
On what
that shit was hard.
Not just a ladder, a chair, a garbage can,
like
kendo stick.
These items under here, bro.
Who put this chair?
Because it's like, bro, y'all built these rings, bro. Like, why is
nobody checked
y'all messy? Like, why is all this shit under the ring though? Like, what's going on?
Always go under there hoping it's a weapon underneath.
Man, the referee always seems so surprised.
I go on the stage and it ain't no ladder here.
It's like, oh what? And then it's supposed to be a disqualification, but these niggas, the referee just looking at these niggas like, What are you doing?
But like, I mean, I think it has to be. I think it has to be that way with anything, though. Like any sport, I feel like as much as we feel like we don't want it to, the refs have to slip up every now and then to make shit exciting.
Yeah, but especially with wrestling though, because it's all choreographed, so they got to know when to chime in to let the wrestlers know what's going on next to get to the finish on. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever win or whatever.
If I'm correct or not, let me know, Mike. Aren't the referees the only ones in tune to the gorilla position?
Yes, sir. Because they got that little earpiece in. Yes, sir.
So they know what's going on at all times.
Because the wrestlers are
Big Vince is back there,
right? Sure. But the wrestlers are just talking to each other to do the choreograph of the moves and stuff.
Yeah.
But but to the Elimination Chamber, they got the women's tag team title match.
I think it's the Boston Hug Connection got that, just because they're putting them as the underdogs so much.
Yeah.
And honestly, truthfully, in this tag team division and the women's division they have right now, they are the best tag team.
That's true, but my wild card would have to be Nia Jax and Tamina.
Also,
just because
they're the obvious choice.
Nia Jax broke Becky Lynch's face, and it's like they got to get her that tremendous push that she's supposed to.
Somebody got their face broke.
Yeah, like before Survivor Series in November, like they had like a crazy brawl on Raw or SmackDown or some shit.
The Mind invaded Raw.
Yeah, so like it's a wild, crazy melee in the ring, and Nia Jax just hauled off and just fired Becky, and Becky Lynch
literally broke her face.
She had the Stone Cold from WrestleMania 13.
She could not wrestle.
Somebody break my face, nigga. I'm not coming back. I'm done, bro.
I feel you.
My last night. I'm gonna walk out the stage with blood on my face. Like, see y'all later.
Them wrestlers, they went through a lot. Like Mankind went through a lot.
Yeah,
like, he put his body through so much.
He's the underrated Mr. Wrestling, because that nigga was like wrestling, but it's like he went to the extreme to satisfy the customers.
Yeah. The most iconic scene that anybody who like don't even watch wrestling, but if they seen it, they'll know what the fuck it is. Right. Mankind getting thrown off the top of the cage.
Right.
Like everybody's seen that. I don't care
feel
who
like
you
I
are.
probably
because I think the only people who knew that was the Undertaker and Mankind. That the Undertaker was gonna throw Mankind off that.
Mankind said that moments before it happened. He was like, "Throw me off the cage."
Because I remember me and Gibby used to watch the network at the crib, and he was always trying to detect when did Mankind tell him to like throw him off, and he say like it's a part when they're both on top of the cage, and they're like closer to the edge, and it's like some type of arm motion that Mankind do. And I guess the Undertaker see it, just toss his ass over over that motherfucker. Yeah, it's like damn.
Yeah.
And JR sold it the best, and I think if it wasn't for JR, that move that part of the match wouldn't have been as devastating as it was. No. JR sold the fuck out of that match.
He did. By God, he broke him.
As God is my witness, he is broken in half. Like, bro, like that right there was just a staple in the Attitude Era.
He's
like,
dead.
Bro, like that was a.
He's dead. He's dead.
And then when the match continued and Undertaker chokeslammed him through the cage,
he got back up there.
No, wait, because the King was like, that killed him.
Yeah, that killed him.
Oh my God! But back to the Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry to get off on a tangent, but yeah, they got the women's tag team title match. Yeah, Bailey and Sasha I could see, but my wild card had to be Nia Jax, Tamina, just because the devastation that them two had. Because I don't think Peyton Royce and Billy
the Iconics
is like they not ready.
They just throwing them in there to fill it out.
To fill it out, right?
They're filler.
Is Mickie James in it? Is she partnered with somebody? I'm not sure. But yeah, I gotta go with Nia Jax and Tamina. But the other Elimination Chambers
was what Carmella and
Carmella and I can't remember. I have to look it up later. Carmella and somebody, I don't remember. But the
Glow.
Oh, Naomi. Yeah, Naomi.
It's Carmella and Naomi. Yep. And that's a random ass tag team.
I actually like that tag team. I just don't think that they can mesh well to win an elimination chamber.
Too soon.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready for it yet.
It's too soon.
Right. But the other elimination chamber match is the men's WWE. No, the number one contender for the WWE title.
Yes. No, there is the WWE.
Oh, it is in the okay.
Yeah, the new Daniel Bryan and John Cena. And is it John Cena?
No, because he's out.
He's out.
No, so it's
Randy
Daniel
Orton.
Bryan, AJ Styles, Randy Orton. I'm not really
Kofi.
sure. Kofi, yep, Kofi's in it because I think it's 6 people because
Yes.
it's four in the pods and then 2 start the match.
Yes. Yeah. What else? There's the Raw Women's Championship with Ronda Rousey and can't even remember. It don't even matter. Like I can't even. I'm really upset. I'm not even looking at this match that's coming up because Ronda Rousey, she's gonna win anyway. So I'm looking forward to how
You think they go get it set up for WrestleMania?
All this is setting up for WrestleMania.
Yeah, because they say that Becky Lynch is suspended for 60 days and it's supposed to be past Ruby Riott. Yeah, but she's supposed to be suspended for 60 days and it's supposed to be like past WrestleMania.
It's supposed to be 5 days after WrestleMania.
Right, but I think somehow it's gonna be a triple threat match
because it's the mind. It's always that underdog.
You know what I'm saying?
Versus the authority, and they're just playing it out so well right now. Like, oh my God, that when Raw happened and she came out and she apologized and she was like, "I'm sorry," and Triple H and Stephanie was like, "Okay."
When she fired him on what? Just slapped the hell out of him.
They was like, "Okay, congratulations." I'm telling Britt, like, this is really anticlimactic. Like, this is it.
Because it's like
this is how we finna end this. Like they built this shit up and this is it.
I feel like they put more effort into making Raw still the number 1 show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though since they all came back, it's supposed to be, they're taking over. So, but it still ain't. SmackDown still hasn't. It was for a while when Shane was doing the thing, like when it first started, but it still hasn't gotten up to where Raw is. And I think it might just be a longevity thing. Like I think just because Raw has been around for so long.
Raw fell off for a while. Like it wasn't giving good matches. There's Raws that's like these are like I don't really want to watch this Raw. Why am I watching this Raw? No, like because they have throwaways. They legitimately have throwaway Raws. Yeah, it's like, bro, you should never have a throwaway show.
That's true.
You should always be fighting for ratings.
Do you think the 3-hour thing hurt them? Like extending it to an extra hour?
That and there's no real competition for them on television.
That's true. But I think once the AEW thing, because I think that's gonna be a sleeper.
I think that's excited.
I am too. I think that's gonna be a sleeper company, and I think they go do big things.
If they
I think they'll be bigger than TNA.
If they get a decent television deal, it's gonna be on.
Right, because I did see an article that said that Chris Jericho has something lined up with a TV company to get AEW on TV. But to the Elimination Chamber match, the WWE Championship is Daniel Bryan as the champion versus AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, that's my dude, Jeff Hardy, and Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be a good match. Oh, but the women's tag team championship, Nia Jackson, Tamina, the Riot Squad, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the iconic Sasha Banks and Bayley, and then Naomi and Carmella. So that's gonna be pretty dope, I think.
So who you got coming out of the men's WWE Championship?
I'm not really liking the new Daniel Bryan. Like I like Dan. So like, I'm always the Yes Movement. I'm definitely Team Yes Movement. But I think like the new Daniel Bryan. I don't like heel Daniel Bryan.
Hey, but I hate how.
Like he's always gonna be,
he is.
Yeah, and it's like I understand you a vegan, bro, but you pushing that shit a little too hard. And I get it's like that's part of the character, but it's like, bro, but that's what heels do. They draw heat. Like they get the crowd to despise him. So he doing this thing. I just don't. Some heels I can fuck with.
You know what you are, Mike? You're fickle.
Damn, fickle. Like wow,
that's a bad label to have.
On what? Like
Mike's fickle.
Damn, but I guess. But I'm always respect him. Like his wrestling, he's always gonna be a good in-ring performer. Like wrestling, like that nigga's a pure wrestler.
Yeah,
like technical submissions, all that. Like, he's a pure technician. But my pick would have to be, I gotta go AJ Styles or wild card Samoa Joe.
I'm thinking AJ Styles, but just for the sake of it's February, and Kofi just got thrown in there.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I put in my all behind Kofi Kingston because his performance in the Gauntlet match. Oh my God!
I hope they go give Kofi
He wrestled for an hour.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston literally put SmackDown on his back and wrestled for an hour straight.
Yeah.
An hour straight.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. An hour straight.
And he got longevity, bro. That's why I hope they give him the
a random push.
The R-Truth treatment and give him a title. Like give him a title, bro.
Just give him a title.
Like I don't get me wrong. I like the New Day.
I love the New Day.
But Kofi got to do his thing, bro. Like
Kofi is not shining the way he should be shining.
You know what I'm saying? Like
inside of the New Day. And they are such a good tag team.
But Kofi just that's
Kofi is the New Day.